Jim Polaro. When I worked for Jim Polaro 100 years ago in the junkyard business there. And he raced. That was the first time I ever experienced it. After that, I was hooked. I went to school with Dick.
Okay.
Yeah, in Faulkner, and that was back in the 70s.
He was quite the athlete, wasn't he?
Dick?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was something.
Yeah. Were you quite the athlete also?
I used to throw cookies at him when I was in school.
Yeah.
You know.
Cookies?
Sure. Food.
Anything that prompted you to throw cookies at him?
I was smarter than I was, and I resented it.
Yeah. Did he get the women and you didn't?
I didn't even know he liked women. I don't know what he did. We ran a different social circle. No, he's a good guy. I'm just saying it. You know, you have different circles, and
Yeah.
his was a lot bigger than mine. Mine was pretty quick.
Well, how did that happen?
Well, through Polaro. I mean, we all raced together in that era, and that's how you got to know everybody else. I mean, John Lamb and Randy, of course, and all the other guys, and just kind of, I don't know the correct word. I know what I want to say, but you'll have to edit it. I mean, you just kind of migrate into another team. You just kind of like sell yourself, or you just, whatever they're looking for, you just kind of get into somebody else's team through the years, through knowing people. Yeah.
What was Dick looking for that said, hey, Hippie, why don't you join us?
No, that conversation never happened. No, I mean, Dick was a driver.
Yeah.
You know, he was kissing babies and stealing their lollipops, and I was with the working guys, so. Dick's a good guy, don't get me wrong, I like to bust his onions, but I'm just saying that didn't happen that way. Dick was just as surprised as I was when he come in one day and I was in his garage. So, I mean, he said, what are you doing here? I said, what are you doing here? They needed somebody to sweep the trailer. I was a good sweeper. I drove the rig for them, you know, so I would do a little truck driving for them, get them to the racetrack. They beat me up, take my money in a card table or something, so they pretty much owned me for a while. And then had to pay that off. I had a Class 1 license, so I mean, it was helpful to get them back and forth out of the state and stuff to, you know, get them to the track safely and home. So that's what I did. I did my stuff, welding, fabricating, driving the truck, telling lies, starting problems, fighting, you know, whatever it took. And then that's how we went. We evolved that way.
Controversies in the pits with other teams.
Yeah,
you know,
that's what you call it.
A bump here, a bump there, and every once in a while there was conversations, not always between the drivers, but sometimes pit members, enforcers. Did you have that with Dick's team?
Is this something we're going to edit here? Is this probably?
Yeah, we'll edit. Yeah,
okay.
Absolutely.
Well, no, these guys were great guys. I mean, you know, there was other people that when I was on Polaro's team, hell yeah, we come to swings. Yeah. So, I mean, but it evolved through the years. You know, that wasn't the way to get anything done properly. So I'm just saying, being a Neanderthal was not the way to go. Yeah. But there was some smart people there. So, I mean, I was a little more in awe of them because they knew what they were doing. And Dick was good. Randy's got the numbers to prove it, and he had the team behind him that got him there. So, I mean, it takes a combination. Car, team, driver. You can have the greatest of everything, and if you ain't got a driver, it ain't going to go anywhere. Or vice versa. You know, I would go up to the garage, and it never stopped. I mean, it would just go home, tear it apart, and I don't know how these people kept their families together. I didn't have one, so it didn't matter to me. I mean, but I'm just saying, these guys were living, eating, breathing it. And then they would just continue on, and somebody would drop and set them in a chair, and you just continue because you had to beat the track. Lernerville, State Line, Erie, you know, 3 nights non-stop. God forbid you're wrecked, and then we're just talking regular maintenance and get it ready to go. If you wrecked, you had to rebuild and then do all that and then load and go, and there was a lot of hate there after a while. I mean, you know, and any other team too. I mean, going back even to Chubb and any of these other guys that are worth mentioning, these guys are all good. They did the same thing. They hustled, beat themselves up. Yeah, that's. I'm not just saying it was a Dick Barton team thing. These guys, there were some good teams out there.
Were you the levity of the team?
What is that? What is that? Is that a dirty word? No, levity. You know, I mean, it was just. You know, sometimes you could feel the tension in the air on something or something like that, and I say, well, it's time for a joke, yeah. Or it's time for, hey, lighten up, or you know what I'm saying. But it was yeah, you could feel it sometimes. There was a lot of tension. people were under pressure, and they wanted to perform, they wanted to do a good job, and things didn't work out that week. I was a part of their end of their success, and he got his 200th and all that, and then they said uncle, and I didn't feel that there was anything else that I could contribute to anybody else's team. That was it. I mean, and we were all getting up there in age where it was uncle, it's time to quit. So they called it quits, and I said, see you at the bar. And then it was it. It was over. All right, if this bar could talk in here, we'd be violated.
That's a thought.
We kind of moved where we were welcome, where racers hung out and people, and plus Kurt had some awesome dead birds, and these guys would eat chicken wings for, until they turned into a chicken. I said, God, I go to the garage and there'd be chicken everywhere. And, uncle, somebody needed to sweep up. I used to throw more chicken wings out. Anyway, yeah, I mean, so that's how we ended up getting here, is because you had to get better chicken wings.
Good. Give me your best story about Randy Anderson.
Oh, yeah. Well, no, there's people that got dirty, and then there's people that, were offended by dirt. And that's what I got into me, that you're actually up here working and racing in dirt, but you don't like to get dirty. Again, there's Randy, he didn't like to get dirty. Pencil, he had some lead from a pencil on him or something. Or you might have got pricked by a pencil or something. That was about it. I mean, you didn't see much dirt on him.
Yeah.
That's a story right there. There you go. Thank you. You kind of like led into it. Yeah, you didn't like to get dirty. And I said, grab a screwdriver. Is it dirty? Well, it might be. Grab a rag. Dick, not a dirty guy. There, how'd you like that, Dick? Yeah. He was a baby kisser, stealing lollipops. He was out there doing what he had to do. Somebody had to do it. It was his job. It was, they were PR guys. They were good. Dick was his own good PR guy. Randy buffed him up. Made him look better than he did sometimes. I mean, they were good at what they did. They knew what they were doing. No, I mind my own business. I sat in the corner and I didn't lie, and I did my job.
Yeah.
And they told me to shut up and go away. I did, and go give me a hot dog, and I obeyed, and I was just a good dog. I was a good lap dog.
You're great, Bill. I really appreciate it.
Boy, this wasn't unexpected. Are we good here?